time to make a smoothie in the cold press juicer. This one I'm calling a green energy smoothie, and the reason I call it green energy is because this one's going to give you a lot of energy. It's made with coconut milk, walnuts, baby spinach, and if you're wanting a meal replacement, okay, if you're wanting a meal replacement, this juice is fantastic for doing that exact same job. So maybe instead of getting those meal replacement shakes where you're putting some powder out of a packet and mixing in some water as a meal replacement, try making a smoothie in your cold press juicer and using that as a meal replacement. You're going to get a lot more nutrition, a lot more living foods. I guarantee you're going to love it. So how do we put the smoothie together? We need the blades, we need the wiper rotations for that. We need the smoothie strainer. The smoothie strainer goes in and we'll lock that in place and put the press in and closing the lid on that one. So let's have a look. What have we got for this green energy smoothie? I'm going to start with some baby spinach. Okay, I want a couple of handfuls of baby spinach. And what I want to do, because this is a cold press smoothie, it doesn't have metal blades inside it that are spinning and chopping and cutting everything up. It's just squeezing and pressing. So we have to do a little bit of preparation first. So just run your knife through the spinach. This will help it push through the press really easy. So let's just do that. And what I'm going to put there, we've got some coconut milk here. There's that one. And we're going to put some frozen banana again and a few walnuts. Now, I've got a mixing bowl here. I do have a mixing bowl. Thanks, team. I'll just pop that spinach in there. With the walnuts, the same. I don't want to just put the whole walnuts in. So I'm just going to run my knife just across the walnuts like so. Just breaks them up a little bit, helps them go through the press and mixes nice and well with the spinach. Pop that in. We've got some banana here. I'm using some frozen banana. I want a little bit of cold texture coming through the smoothie, but you could, of course, use some fresh banana too. All right, so let's just give that a little bit of a mix around. Perfect. Okay, so I've got some coconut milk here. Again, I'm wanting to, you could use a nut milk that you made yourself. You could use an almond milk. You could use a Brazil nut milk, of course, which you can make in the juicer. But this one's just a store bought coconut milk because I really like the coconut milk for energy. It's really, really good for that. All right, so the first thing you want to do, let me show you, put the milk about half. So that's one tin, which is about 400 grams, I think. So you want to put about half into the machine first. And then we can start feeding the other ingredients. And just take your time, let the juicer do the work for you. Remember, as I said, this is not like a normal blended smoothie. We're not cutting up the ingredients. We're squeezing and pressing everything. And I'm going to show you the difference that you get from the juicer versus using a blender. Starting to turn the milk nice and green there. Fantastic. Okay, so we're just going to let that do its thing. I want to get the rest of the milk in there as well, but let me just tell you a little bit about the difference between a cold press smoothie and using a blender. I made this recipe the other day at home using my Kuvings blender, put all the ingredients in, and the blender, as you know, spins really fast with its metal blades, blending it all up. But what it also does is it sucks oxygen into the smoothie. And as it's blending and blending, it's blending oxygen into the ingredients. What happens then is you'll see the color of the green changes. It actually starts to oxidize. It fades a little bit. When you use it as a cold press juicer, I'll put the rest of this milk in now. When you're cold pressing it, you're not getting the oxygen spinning and mixed into the smoothie. When you drink it, you can actually taste the texture of the air when you've used a blender. If you've not tried a cold press smoothie before, I really recommend you give it a go, because you're going to notice straight away the texture is totally different. There's more flavor, more nutrition, which is what you want when you're having your smoothies anyway. Otherwise, why are you having a green smoothie? You want it for the health benefits, right? So have a go with your cold press juicer. All right, so let me get a glass here. Okay, I'll just clean up a little bit. So you can see it takes a minute or two just to push it through, but it's definitely worth it for the end result that you're going to get. There is one more advantage I want to tell you about, and that's that you can, once you've made it, if you're not ready to drink it straight away, you can pop it into a bottle, pop it into the fridge, and you can actually keep it for a couple of days in the fridge. There's no way you can keep a smoothie in the fridge when you've made it in a blender, because it's got all that oxygen in there. It'll just start to destroy and break down. Okay, let's have a look here. Look at the colour. Can you see the texture? You probably can't. But it's creamy, it's nutty, and I've used coconut milk there. If you wanted it a little bit thinner, you could use coconut water, which is also has lots of energy and lots of electrolytes and really feeds the brain and all the cells, gives you plenty of energy. Let's have a look at and do the taste test on this one, shall we? I had to have a second one, didn't I? Because it's just too good.